Yo, what's up, sports bettors? I got 6 player props for you today, and we're going to be looking at this platform called Parlay Play. So it's a Prize Picks competitor. A lot of people are familiar with Prize Picks, Taco Tuesday. So Parlay Play is probably another option that's available for you. And what's really cool about Parlay Play is you're going to notice for a 6-pick flex, your payout on Prize Picks is you go 5 for 6, you get a 2x payout. On Parlay Play, it's a little bit higher, 2.5x. You go 4 for 6, you get a 0.5x payout, whereas on Prize Picks, it's 0.4. So Parlay Play is kind of like this new platform. It's a fixed payout platform, just like Prize Picks, where they're giving you slightly higher payouts. So I've been able to find a lot of value on Parlay Play recently. I say this in other videos, but I'm literally just trying to show you guys what I'm putting my own money on. So let's go through 6 picks on Parlay Play. So basically the math behind Parlay Play is pretty simple. If you take these payouts and you back out, what percentage of your picks do you have to win to be profitable? It's 53.22%, right? So the way that Prize Picks works, the way that Parlay Play work is they're fixed payout platforms. So what that means is, doesn't matter if you take overs or unders, it doesn't matter what 6 picks you select. This is always the payout you're getting. If I switch this to an over, back to an under, I'm still getting the same payout. Right? So basically the way these platforms like Parlay Play, like Prize Picks, they try to make money is they assume most people don't have an advantage. And if you don't have an advantage, you're only going to be able to get your over-unders correctly 50% of the time. Jack Hughes, over-under 5.5 fantasy points. If you have no advantage, you're only going to be able to get these over-unders correctly 50% of the time. You're going to win 50, you're going to lose 50%. He's always going over, he's always going under. So if you have no advantage, you're only going to be able to win 50%. But what you have to do to be profitable on Parlay Play, the simple math, literally just breaking down their payouts, is you have to win 53.22% of your player props or more, right, to be profitable. So what that means is if you can win 55, if you can get these over-unders correctly 55% of the time, only be wrong 45% of the time, your ROI on Parlay Play is going to be 17.1%. 17.1%. So it's going to be, positive. So essentially all you're trying to do on Parlay Play is find picks winning over 53.22% of the time. So how do we do that? Well, the tool I typically start out with is the OddsJam, positive expected value tool. And this tool is pretty simple, right? All it does is it uses sportsbook odds to show you player props that you can get on Parlay Play. So, right, OddsJam is scanning, literally. If you go to the pick'em, there's tens of thousands of different things you can bet on, all these baseball player props, all these NBA player props. OddsJam's reading in all the data and just showing you the player props that are winning over 53.22% of the time, and that's because the sports books have the under or the over really heavily favored. So for Derek White, what you're going to notice is, hey, every sports book, every book is a data point, right? Caesars is a data point. They have Derek White's under heavily favored. Under for points plus rebounds plus assists is the favored outcome. DraftKings has his under favored. Fliff has his under favored. BetOnline under favored. Bovada under favored, right? All these books are data points and they're all telling you the same thing. Derek White's under should be favored. He's more likely to go under as opposed to over. So we know the under is a play, winning over 50% of the time. But what you can do is you can quantify it and figure out what's the exact win probability, for my pick. So we know the under is the favorite outcome. We know the under is more likely. It's going to be occurring over 50% of the time. So essentially what OddsJam does is it quantifies for you, and you can see these plays right here. You'll see some overlap. Jaylen Brown over 33.5 points plus rebounds plus assists. So that's the second pick I went with. So I took Derek White's under, and then I took Jaylen Brown's over. So for Brown, all the sports books have his over 33.5 PRAs favored. For Derek White, all the books have his under favored. So we're just following the data. I mean, this is how you beat Parlay Play. This platform's, pretty simple. You win, you can get your over-unders correctly. So let's just put in a couple plays here. So if you can get these over-unders correctly, it's pretty simple, right? You get these over-unders correctly 53.22% of the time, you're going to be profitable. So you just want to look for, 6 picks that sportsbooks have one side heavily favored. In this case, it's Derek White's under. In this case, it's Jaylen Brown's over. Pinnacle, sharpest sportsbook in the world, they have Jaylen Brown's over all the way up at minus 149, so a pretty big favorite. DraftKings, minus 135. Bovada, minus 135. So all these books are telling you the same thing. Jaylen Brown, he's more likely to go over as opposed to under. So what we can do is we can essentially use this fantasy screen, and what it does is it just quantifies, okay, what's the win probability for your bet, right? We know we got to win picks over 53.22% of the time, and we know all the sports books have, Jaylen Brown's over favored. So we know the over is going to be the more likely outcome. What the fantasy screen tells you is, hey, this play is 53.55% to win. That's above 53.22. So it's a profitable player prop on parlay play, right? All the sports books have his over favored. So you just want to take these picks in green. The picks in red, right? They're not winning 53.22% of the time. So as an example, if you look at, DeAndre Ayton under 8.5 rebounds, sportsbooks have his under favored, but only around like minus 120 odds. So the under for Ayton, DeAndre Ayton, his under 8.5 rebounds is only very slightly favored, right? It's only a very small favorite around minus 120. So it's a player prop that's winning 51.55% of the time, but that's not high enough to be profitable in a parlay play slip. You need to find spots like Lucas Giolito under 5.5 strikeouts, where sportsbooks have the under juiced to around, minus 140, minus 145-ish if you kind of take an average from these different sportsbooks. So for Lucas Giolito, all the books have his under pretty heavily favored around like minus 140. That's a great play to go with, right? You look at Zach Eflin, all the sports books have his under favored. We look at Jaylen Brown, all the sports books have his over favored. So pretty simple strategy, just looking for spots where sports books have an over or an under heavily favored, and that's how you beat parlay play. So what I went with is White under 18.5 points plus rebounds plus assists, Brown over. I took Zach Eflin under 4.5 strikeouts, so literally just following the data. Varland over 4.5 strikeouts, so you're going to see this play right here. Tobias Harris over 5.5 rebounds, and Scherzer under 6.5 strikeouts. All the picks you're going to see here, literally just following the data. 6 picks to win $1,500. Hopefully this video was helpful. I'll include my email in the description if you have any questions. And let's get it.